Okay, hello students.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so any questions? So we have already, yeah, Sanjay. Yeah, Sanjay, you are saying something? Yeah, okay. So the lectures we have completed, whatever we have before the mid-sem exam. Okay, so please go through them. It's very important that you go through each and every lecture. So don't just look at the lecture notes and say, okay, it's easy and like that. So while explaining, actually I have taken long route basically. So try to go through like a very slowly build up the solution. And then last three lectures, actually I solved the only one problem, and we went very slow, try to actually use everything that we talked about in last three chapters. So there was some error, so we detected the error as well. So all those things will help you only, that how to know the answer is correct or not, all kind of things. So purposefully it's made like that, so that you can relate it better way. Okay. So any questions, anything you have? So you have the mid-semester exam next week, I think Wednesday. Okay, so before that we'll have two live sessions. So today and next week as well. Okay. Any questions?
Sir, question regarding mid-semester exam.
Okay.
Sir, how many questions will be there, sir, for 2 hours in mid-semester exam?
So it will be like 35 questions for 2 hours around. Yeah. Okay. The question pattern will be same as what you have seen in quizzes and all, in homework and all. Okay. Any other question? Okay, more than the how many questions, I think it is all how much you study. So it's if you do all the example problems and all those things, it will be easy for you to solve it. Okay, so it's very important that you go through each and every lecture and also solve the problems in your textbook. It's very important. So even if you think that this is too easy and all that, but when you are solving the problem, unless you have done the practice, unless you have solved the problems in your textbook, you will find it difficult or it will take long time. So getting the concept is very important. Yeah, otherwise you must have seen the questions are basically those can be easily calculated. You think it is time taking, but you can see the solutions that I have sent. So that way if you see that actually it is not that it is going to take a lot of time and all. And you can see also, like some of you even scored 20 out of 25, so it is doable. Yeah. So I can understand the average is lower, but this really means that you have not done enough practice. Any other question?
Sir, one doubt from the that heat transfer problem which we have solved using that shape function.
Okay.
if you sir if you come to that page where we have solved that and made a equation in tx something 10x into x minus 1 by 2 plus 200x into x plus 1 by 2 something. Okay, sir.
This is question number which one? Which question number?
It was, sir, example, sir, not a question. It was example in, I think, lecture number 18a something.
Okay.
The problem
Okay.
is
Okay.
that, sir, problem is
Yeah.
that we were finding the temperature at x equal to 1 by 4.
Okay. 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 Got it. Uh-huh. Sure. Sure.
Yes, at
There.
x equal to 1 by 4. In middle, we are taking
Huh.
0. At one
Uh-huh.
temperature was 5 degrees centigrade, and
Hmm.
their value of x was 1 by 2.
Hmm.
And at the extreme right end, the
No,
temperature was
values
100.
are not important, man. You tell me what the problem is. Okay. Values is
Problem
okay.
is that
Hmm.
when I put x equal to minus 1 by 4,
Hmm.
in between 0, 5 degrees centigrade and 10 degrees centigrade,
Hmm.
the temperature in between, I am
Hmm.
getting something negative temperature, negative value of temperature, which should not become. So I just
No, but
want to,
I have solved already, no? So then what is the problem? So that means you are not following the same thing that I have followed.
sir, the thing is not like that, sir. Means answer is not coming what I'm trying to solve it when I'm trying to solve it.
No, no. So since this problem is just one example that I'm just solving, just by randomly I chose those values, you know. So it's not that actually I took it from any book or all. It's not like that. So randomly I took some problem like that. Okay. The thing is, if you are not getting the answer, then you have to see the video, see how I'm solving. So did you watch the video? Did you see how I'm solving?
Yes, sir, I have seen. You sir,
Uh,
sir, actually, you find the solution
hmm.
at the point in between 10 degrees centigrade and 100 degrees centigrade. But I was trying
Huh?
to find out the temperature in between 5 degrees centigrade and 10 degrees centigrade. But I am
Okay, so
not
you have
getting
to
the answer.
put, so in that case, you have to put zeta or whatever the value there is. You have to put xi equal to minus 0.5 or all. You know, you have to put like that. Did you put the coordinate minus in minus?
Yes, sir, I put it, but I do not get the right
No,
answer. That is why I was.
no. You will not get any wrong. It will come in, between 0 and whatever, 5 and 10. You will get that. So you are doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong, meaning that uh, if you see the since Jai, okay, just hold on. Just hold on. Okay, so this is three noded, right? Three noded example, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the problem was like this. So you have three noded like this one, yeah, and you have to take rightly, you know. So you have to be careful with numbering and all those things. See, so if it has one, let's say 1 and 2 and 3 like this, our node number is like this. I'm solving this one. Okay, so you will say n1, let's say this is xi equal to 0, this is xi equal to -1, this is xi equal to +1. Yeah, okay. Then what happens is n1 will be equal to, if you work out, if you follow the same method that I have given, you will find the value will be half xi, and then it will be xi -1. Yeah, n2 will be half, not half. So this will be 1 minus xi square, and n3 will be equal to half xi plus 1. Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Okay, now T xi is given by summation of I equal to 1 to 3 and N I xi multiplied by Ti, right? We know that T1 equal to 5, right? T2 equal to 10 and T3 equal to 100, right? Whatever that is, okay? So if you see here, so now you want to find out here, right? Here you want to find out. So you know that this point is xi equal to minus half, right? Okay, this point you want to find out there. So this xi is minus half. So you can put accordingly n1 minus half will be equal to what? Will be half multiplied by minus half multiplied by minus 3 over 2, right? And then what do you get? You get 3 over 8. N2 minus half will be equal to 1 minus 1 over 4 becomes 3 over 4, right? Okay, now similarly N3 minus half will be equal to half minus half, right? So this becomes a minus 1 over 8. Okay, so minus 1 over 8. So T will be equal to, yeah, so T will be equal to 3 over 8 multiplied by 5 plus 3 over 4 multiplied by 10 plus 100 multiplied by 1 minus 1 over 8. That's what we should get, right? Okay, so let's see what you get. So next page. So T xi equal to minus half will be equal to. So n1 is 3 over 8. So 3 over 8 multiplied by 5 plus n2 is 3 over 4. Okay, so 3 over 4 multiplied by 10. So 3 over 4 multiplied by 10 not minus but plus minus 1 over 8, right? So we have 1 over 8 multiplied by 100. Yeah. Okay, so minus 1 over 8 multiplied by 100. 1 over 8 multiplied by 100. So this is the answer you should. Whatever you answer you get will be the one that you are getting. Okay, so you get 15 over 8 plus 30 over 4 minus 100 over 8. So we get 8 here, get 15, and then you get 60 minus 100. Okay, so we get 75 minus 100 over 8. Okay, so minus 25 over 8. So this is the right answer. So even if you are getting minus, it's fine. Okay.
Sir,
So
how answer could become, sir?
How it is possible? This is possible because this is quadratic, you know. So the change, if you change, if you see that the value, the kind of value we are saying, like if it is here, okay, so you have to plot it. So sometimes, like it's not possible. It is something saying like, let us say, if you have a you have to fit a value, right? If you have xi like this, okay, and let's say in your case, what happened? We had like this. So we have xi equal to -1, xi equal to 0, and xi equal to plus 1. I'm taking the extreme case. Let us say you are saying that at these 2 points the value is same and here the value is very big. Yeah. Okay. So basically what you are telling is, let us say the value here and here is same and value here is very big, like this. You are doing this, the value you are giving. Now you are also telling that you have to use the quadratic interpolation function. The moment you say quadratic, this is not going to fit here in line. It will not fit a line, right? It is going to make it quadratic only. And only way you have to do quadratic, it will go like this. It is going to like this one, like this, right? It will like this, something like this, go like this. So if you see in between the two, the value will be lower than these values actually. Only way to fit by quadratic line is like this one. It cannot go like in this and this because this is a quadratic equation, right? It cannot do. That really means the values what we gave, we cannot fit with quadratic, hence we should have taken some other kind of thing. Yeah, so higher order polynomial probably we would have better, or maybe cubic we should have taken. If you have here to here the same value and suddenly here it's different, that really means maybe the higher order polynomial would have fit that. Yeah, it is something like saying that, you know, so this you are restricting basically. Although data shows like it following some cubic or higher order, but you are telling this you fit with quadratic. That's why you get like that. You follow? If if you lower this one, let us say we make it now reasonable. We lower now this one. Yeah. Maybe the same value here. You put this value the same. Then it will fit a line, and then you will see everywhere the same number. Yeah. So this is just one example, you know. So it looks like weird, but if you see why it is like that, yeah. So this will be like, you can do like this one. You fit a quadratic equation with this one, you will see this will go down. There is no way, it's not possible that, you know, in your case, basically this was a little bit up. So even if you take that, say here you have 5, here you have 10, and here you had even more value like this one. Yeah. So the value here is too big. So it is not just here. Basically this value was something even up like this, like here. So then how to fit? Only way to fit is go like this, something like this. You know, so it will be very steep. Suddenly from 10 to you are going to 100. So it is going to be very steep basically, and hence it is fitting like this. If you take some other value instead of 100, if you put some other value, say that this was 5, 10, make it 20 here, you will see everything will be all right. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So even here you can see, like if your values, if your value were 75, then you get 0 value, right? If you had the last one as 75, you will get 0. If you have last one as 50, you will get 25/8 as your answer. So 100 is too much. Any value above 75 would give you a negative value there because it becomes too steep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, got it?
Okay, sir. Like you said, sir, if there were 75 instead of 100, we would get
Yeah,
0 value.
zero value. Yes.
It's a wrong answer, a kind of.
Sorry.
If you do not lie between 5 and 10, then means a kind of the answer we are not getting the correct answer.
Right. You are
So
not getting the correct answer. True.
what
Hmm.
so what should we care of, sir, so that we get correct answer while
No,
interpolating?
no, no, no. So here, I just took one example. Na? In a real scenario, it will not happen because these values are coming from themselves. Here, I impose, I gave this value, no? But in real scenario, the temperature will not differ so much. If you see, it will be reasonable only. Yeah, so then you will get the right answer. It is just one example. I could have taken, for example, I'm taking a wrong example basically. That really means I could have taken this as 510 and this is 1000. So I'm in heat transfer problem. It's not possible that you have 0 here, 10 here, and 1000 here, right? It's not possible. Yeah. So this was just for example, man. It was just example.
Yes, I got it, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Okay. Okay, guys. So far, like if you have problem from here, so far we have, if you see the last 3 lectures, we have gone through. We start the problem from the strong form, then we convert that into weak form, and from there we go ahead. The idea was to capture everything. However, if you have some problems given, you can also adopt the shortcut. So you can also use the things you learned in chapter 2 as well. Yeah. So, and you will see, like if you have a simple problem, like this one, yeah, there is nothing more than the problem is something like this. So you have B, and then area is constant, Young's modulus constant. So here also, how will you solve it? So basically, in this case, let us say you have to solve using just 2 nodes. So you take just 2 nodes here and here, and you know that if you go the usual way, then you have to assume the shape function and all. The traditional, but you also know from chapter 2 that this will be simply K will be equal to E naught A naught over L, right? 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. Only thing you don't know, because of the B, what is the problem? So how will B come into picture, because B is like this one. So you can also do like this: total force equal to B times L, and then you are going to divide into the 2 parts, like the 2 nodes. So B times L and half B times L come here and half will come there. BL over 2, go like this one. Yeah, and then you are going to solve it. So basically the equation becomes E naught A naught L and 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, and then you have U1 U2 is equal to BL 2 plus there will be some reaction as well. Yeah, so because of this there will be some reaction. So this you have distributed the whole thing to half here and half here, but there are also reaction force because of this fixed, so there will be R1 as well. So you write R1 here, and next is there is no force here, yeah, and just the half force because of this is coming, so you will have BL over 2, and that's it. And you know here that this value, the first one U1 equal to 0, right, because of this. And hence, your solution will be simple. Just see, you can solve it here. You get this multiplied by this. So this one and this one we are not considering. So we have this one only. So U2 equal to, so you will get this times this times this equal to this one. So simply you get U2 is equal to BL over 2 multiplied by L over E naught A naught. Right? This is your answer, will be equal to BL square over 2 E naught K naught, right? And this is the right answer. You know that, right? You know that this is U2 will be BLA squared to E naught A naught. Okay, so you can do shortcut, and actually, if you all the shape function will also give you the same thing. Okay, so we can try the like EA over L1 minus 1 minus 1 1. You know that, right? This is the K basically, and then this you know. But same problem if you go the if you can take n1 equal to, you know that, right? From here to here, if we have L here, so n1 will be 1 minus x over L, n2 will be x over L, you know that, right? So one goes from like this is n1, this is n2, and you know dn1 over dx equal to minus 1 over L, dn2 over dx equal to 1 over L, right? And then you know the stiffness matrix, right? So you Kij equal to 0 to L, d, not d, but dn I dx Ea and dn j dx dx. Here you see this will be equal to simply this tells you that if it is K11, for example, will be equal to 0 to L, and then we have minus 1 over L, E naught, A naught multiplied by 1 over L, sorry, minus 1 over L again, because this is 1, 1, so both of them will be the same, minus here also, yeah, and dx, basically you get E naught, A naught over L square, and then you get x L to 0, hence E naught, A naught over L only. Similarly, you can find out, if you calculate from the shape function, you get K12 equal to K21 equal to minus EA over L, and K22 also will get EA over L. And hence, your K matrix becomes EA over L, 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. So by doing that also, you will get exactly the same value, right? So there is a connection between this and the second chapter. Yeah, these very simple problems, so this gives you like how to distribute a force in complicated case where A is varying or E is varying with X, then how to calculate. If E and A are not varying, just apply second chapter, yeah, and you write this equation straight away. If E, A are constant, this is what you will get if it is 2-noded. If 3-noded, it's different story. Now, what about the force? You know that the forces, because of the body force, like we said, B FBI is equal to, we said, what did you write? N I X BX dx, right? 0 to L. This is what the equation we derived earlier. Now, we know N1 FB1 will be equal to 0 to L, and you have 1 minus x over L, and then you have B naught is constant dx, right? Then what do you get? You get equal to B naught will be outside, and after that you have x, then you have x square over 2L, and then from L to 0. Okay, if you work out, how do you get? So in this page only I will write. So this value, B naught here, L here, and L here, L square 2L, and you get 0. So you get FB1, B1 equal to B naught multiplied by L minus L square over 2L, right? Is equal to nothing but B naught L over 2. Similarly, if you calculate, if you see FB2 equal to B naught L over 2. So basically, equation doing the same thing. It is calculating, finding out what is the total force, and then distributing that over the 2 nodes. So total force it is calculating, that is B times L, and then half will go here, half will go there. That's what the equation also tells you, right? And then, so this is how the force you get. Wherever it is fixed, wherever there is some fixed, there has to be some reaction forces, right? So force vector, how do you compose? one thing comes from this FB1, FB2, B for the body force. So the F will have two terms, one coming from the body forces and the other coming from the concentrated loads. Other are concentrated loads, right? So now concentrated loads are for us, either we have a reaction here, right? There will be some, let's say, reaction R1 here, and there will be some force F1. If you had some concentrated force at the end, then accordingly you can write it's not F1. Let's write it F2, so that we are not confused. So then you get R1 and F2, right? So this is your total force. So total force, the force every node, what you get, if the force is distributed, you calculate what is total force, and then half goes here, half goes here, then whatever concentrated loading is there, you just put a state away. So if it is R1, if you don't know what it is, you write R1, just put it here. And if F2 is given, you write here. F2 is not given 0, then you don't put anything. If it's not given, means if F2 is not given, means F2 is 0. Yeah, so this natural boundary condition means that natural boundary condition, if it's not specified, if it is not given that F2 equal to 0, then you have to assume F2 equal to 0. Automatic, it is F2 equal to 0. Yeah, if F2 is not given, assume F2 equal to 0. That really means nothing is applied. Yeah, like that. You got it? Any question, guys? Any question? Okay. Okay. Now let's look at the different kinds of problem as well. So in
hello, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yes.
Sir, I want to make a request regarding the quiz. Like this was in this quiz, we all have to we have to write the answers. If there can be
Somewhat.
Like, because at times we may.
No,
It means I made certain mistakes in my calculations. So some of my questions went wrong, and even the procedure was correct. Means, so if you can you can add some subjective questions so that you can check the procedure.
See, actually, first of all, you understand the situation right
Otherwise,
now. You know, so in that case, what happens? We also have to see that a good student should get good marks. You know, that really means any kind of copying, all those things that we have to avoid. Okay, so this kind of question purposefully, this is because that only those who study will get good marks. There is no scope of copying and cheating, this kind of thing, you know. Moreover, this course is about numericals only, computer methods and all. Yeah, so asking theoretical, you know, like a text type of question is not appropriate. Yeah, so the only thing you can do is you be, you know, so solve it nicely. So I mean, type of I see a lot of students getting 5 marks or 6 marks, but in 1 hour, do you think only 5 marks somebody can get? You know, so it is okay. So I'm not saying that you get 25 out of 25, but still I would be happy that if the average is 15 and all. Yeah. So main thing problem is not doing the problems. Okay, so if somebody does all the questions by himself or herself, the questions given in the textbook, I guarantee that he or she can get good marks. You know. So theoretical doesn't make sense basically, you know. So there, I mean, this is, since this numerical, it totally numerical methods only, right? So what I can ask theoretical. So I mean, just we can, our theoretical is automatically tested. If you see, if I am asking what is the weight function at this point, if you see in the quiz only, there's a lot of some questions which were very easy. Like I'm asking what is the weight function at where u is given, what is a value of alpha, alpha naught, whatever, like this, the constant value and all kind of you're asking. So those questions, like I think 5 marks you will get without any effort. So then I would expect that at least everybody gets 5 marks, but that never happened. The minimum was 0. So I think the solution is studying, and as I promised, I will scale it, scale it, meaning that if 20 is the highest one, I will take others marks as out of 20 only. Yeah, so if somebody got 50, like 5, then so it will be 5 out of 20 basically. So he gets 25% marks instead of 20%. You got it? And I'm giving a lot of opportunities also. So quiz, we have many quizzes also. Homework is there. Then like homework, for example. Homework, I'm giving the like 10 marks. If somebody is serious, he can get the 10 marks very easily, And then we have this project also, 10 marks. Somebody is really sincere, he wants to do it, he can get very easily. 10 marks is there. So I'm also giving other opportunities also. Main thing here is, I think, is solving the problem. And when I post the lecture video, I don't see students watching it. So I cannot be lenient all those things. If I see that students are watching my videos, the lecture videos, and solving the problems and all, then automatically you will get good marks. I mean, not other way around, that you request for easier questions so that you get good marks. It's not a better way. Yeah. So today also I'm not getting any doubts, for example, so that really means students have not studied those. And we have like final exam, next week. So I always try to help the students. It's not like I don't do, but at the same time, I would make sure that good students will get good marks. That I have to do. So hence we have to be extra careful. I give this kind of questions, different students getting different question, but you can solve it the way I post my solution. Just follow those, how I have solved the solution. Finally I gave you for quiz 1 is like 4 or 5 pages. I don't know how many pages. That's it. I think that can be done within 1 hour very easily. Yeah. So if you solve that way, the way I have solved, if you do that, you can do very easily. Yeah.
Actually, sir, in other subjects, the lectures are coming frequently, sir. So we can't adjust the timetable, sir. We are getting so much stress, sir. How to complete the syllabus, sir? That's why.
No, so then how do you want me to solve that? And who am I to actually decide it? That like I give you less easier question and all. Okay, so in that case, you have registered for less number of the courses and all. Difficulty level remains the same, whether right now or in other semester. I have been teaching the same way always. So how, I mean, you are getting, because of other courses and all, that really means you have to give a lot of time. That means you have to ask me here. You ask me the questions. So you can send me a question by email, for example. So you show you are interested, you are giving a lot of time, no? And this kind of thing, you will say that like so many, like this one. Yeah, I mean, during a study, it is like that. It's not a stress. If you study very well, then, I mean, stress comes more because of you are not some doubts you are not cleared and like this one. But I think if you be consistent every day, like you have to give whatever, like 12 hours, 10 hours, whatever extra effort. Also, I can understand in classroom things are different and yeah, different. But at the same time, the quality, I as an instructor, I have to make sure quality is right. No, I mean, I did not get any notification from somewhere that you have to teach easily and like that. It remains the same one, and you have to manage. Same thing, like you have to spend a lot of time. I also have to spend a lot of time, right? If you see that way also, like taking lecture and all those things. Even if you see the lecture, instead of 50 minutes, you will see typically it's more than that. You know, so why? It's not because of I want to give you more content. No, content remains the same. I explain more. I give you more examples so that you don't have any problems. So such a way, in a way, I'm putting the tutorial thing as well. You know, you have 3 live sessions. So you can assume that I'm also adding 1 live session in that only, because I try to explain. If you see the last 3 lectures, this is solving 1 problem only. So it's like a tutorial only. If it were offline, then I wouldn't have done that. Then in tutorial, we would have done that. You know, so if you follow what I'm saying is, do your part. You go through all the lectures, do all the example problems, and then you tell me that you are not able to solve the problems. Then I can understand. If you don't go through the lectures, you are saying you have a lot of courses and all. So in that case, basically, I cannot do anything. No. So then you have to talk to those who are in charge of those. You know. So then probably you take less course or do whatever. You know. So, but it doesn't mean that I will dilute the course, because if I dilute, there is no use. Then why do you do this course then? That's the thing. No. So I'm thinking about long term. I'm not thinking about right now. I'm thinking about, because of this situation also, there will be job problems and all. If you are good at this course, and then you also have a good job, no? So my motivation is that. And accordingly, you also have to give more time then. That's what I can do. Yeah. So for all other things, you have to talk to your faculty advisor, you know, so how to deal with all those things. If it's too much, of course, what you can do is you can get a waiver saying that, sir, I don't, you can contact your faculty advisor saying that I have to take 5 courses. So I want to drop 2, so that only 3 I want to do. And I think it can be considered probably given the situation. I don't know, but it is like that. So it's up to you. I mean, take number of courses should be such that you can manage basically. Yeah. So this is the right way. That's what I can say on this. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, this time we are familiar with problem statement due to homework and etc. But in exam we have to look for it. Any twist is there, so we at least we need some time extra, sir. For
And okay, so twist. Well, in homework, that's why you have homework, no? What did I do in the homework?
But
some problems I gave the same problem, exactly the same problem. I gave a little bit twist, meaning what? I mean, you don't say twist.
Yes, sir, I agree that. But in homework, that is matrix given in the form of and is completely different in quiz. So we have to look at is there any twist or any data given or any change is there in statement. So
no,
that's
see, is it? I mean, think about when you graduate and you have to work on solve some problem. So will you solve those problems, the homework problems, only, or you are going to also solve the new problems? Tell me.
Yes, sir, I agree that, but we need a little bit time extra, sir, only.
No, extra time. So this is the same for everybody, no? So it's all relative. As I said earlier, this is the same for everybody, no? It's not that just for you, the twist is there, for others twist is not there. But still you will see so much variation. Somebody is getting 20 out of 25 or somebody getting 0 out of 25. And the thing you are saying, that twist, you will understand that if you do the problems yourself. So if you do the practice, automatically you will know what you have to do. You got it? So the solution is practice.
Okay.
It's not possible that whatever we solve here on in the class, I ask you exactly the same thing. Then what's the use then? The idea is when you graduate, you should be able to any kind of problem, or you should apply these things to your research. That's the main objective. It's not that if you are able to solve only those questions that we solved here, and hence we take care of all those things. Hence we go from the scratch. We look at the strong form, we look at the weak formulation, and like that. So you have to actually go through each and everything, no? So anything what you say twist is a way to find whether you have studied or not. So if you study it, you have given more time, you will get answer very easily. And purposefully we also had the homework so that you will know what kind of those twists we are talking about, what kind of those can be. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
In homework problem, I am able to getting, about 90% of the marks. But when it comes to, this, only the concern is time frames. Time is only the concern. If I can solve those questions after completion of the exam, I can surely I can solve about 70% of the questions. But whenever it comes to an exam, the time is only the concern. That should not be happen as of now.
Okay, well, see, time also, there is a way of solving it. Okay, so either you can take long time to solve it. There is a way of solving it quickly. It also comes from understanding. So understanding which all things are important to calculate it, right? So for example, for the trust problem, you did not have to assemble the whole thing, so what we are looking at is just at node 3 only. So if you understand that all other places the displacements are 0, and hence we don't need it, we just need 2 by 2 matrix to do it, so that understanding, how will you get when you solve more problem? Yeah. So the evaluation will not be good if I just give one problem and asking you, the same problem I give everybody. In this online mode, there were some cases of cheating as well. So that also I have to avoid. So what to do? You also have to look from my point of view. Giving you more time, of course, in this, as I said, in midterm exam, it will not be 50 questions. I will give you 35 questions only. Yeah. Okay. So in midterm exam, you will have less number of questions. Okay. And as I said earlier, it is also relative. Mid-semester exam is also relative only. Okay. So, how many questions do we expect?
25.
Aleti, I'm asking Aleti because he was concerned about the time. Okay, so how many questions do you think is a good for 1 hour?
It depends, sir. When it comes to trust problem, actually it depends, sir. Depends on problem.
Problem. Okay, so what is a good strategy? In that case, if you think that trust problem is going to take a long time, then you do something else first. Everything is visible, no? So in that case, you can be also judged. test problem also, what you can do in that case, like you look at my solution, you just look at my solution, you see how I have solved. Not that for every question you solve it afresh. You know that there are 4 test problem and all are related. In one I'm asking A, in one asking B and C and D. Then you solve just one and then put values and just put it. In one go you will have answer to 4 questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so accordingly you have to do. So I mean, see, time by I really don't care about time of those things, only because in this scenario, so that I can avoid copying and all those things, I have to give different questions to different students, and hence I have to do all those things because of doing that. But time constraint is, you will see, even for JE you have time constraint, even GATE you have time constraints. Everywhere the time constraint is there, but everywhere it is a scale, right? So there will be, similarly here also it's a kind of a scaled only, right? So this is also a scaled only. If it is being difficult to one person, it is being difficult to everybody, and hence once I scale, things are done. Yeah. So I think even for homework, not everybody got 10. Why? I gave a sufficient time. Then what happened? That really means that doing the practice, going through all those things was not there. Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can we have some MCQ question?
No. We cannot have no. Being an engineer, by passing multiple choice question, I don't like that, man. Okay. You will not learn anything. From the questions, looks like you are not concerned about learning the course. So you're more concerned in marks. But for marks, when you have to study and all those things, I don't see that efforts. Yeah. If I see efforts and everything, automatically you would get good marks, guaranteed. So if you go through all the lecture videos, solve the problems, automatically it follows. Yeah, multiple choice and all those, that too in finite element analysis, no. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you give me the opportunity for more than 2 quizzes? Then we can take the best of 2. It have a possibility?
No, man, it's time wise it's not possible, so I gave sufficient time, so that I announced in the beginning also. So homework, I gave you homework for that reason only. Yeah. I think really I don't want to talk about these guys. Yeah. And you are more concerned about some easy way to getting. Nobody asking is the real question, the doubt here and there. So I'm not getting any okay, in this lecture video I had this problem and that problem, how to this one. Just you are asking this kind of question. It's I really don't like this, all those. That you have a quiz, but still you are not concerned about those things, types of problems and how to solve and all those things. Okay, so regarding mass and all those things, we have already discussed earlier, and all those things, it is not going to change. Okay, so whatever we have decided, we'll follow the same thing. This is best for you. Okay, and I'm looking the long term. Okay, there is no shortcut to studying, no shortcut to going through all the lecture videos. There is no shortcut to solving the problems given in your book. Okay, there is no shortcut to that. If you do that, you will automatically get good marks. Okay, if you study those, go through all the videos, you know, and after that, if you don't get good marks, just talk to me. Okay. Otherwise, not like this multiple choice question and all the kind of things is not possible. Okay, and that we have announced in the beginning itself. I have been telling you like this one. This is also relative. So I will make sure somebody is going to get A. Okay, all of these quizzes will be scaled. Okay, even homework I will scale, but there is no meaning of scaling because a lot of people gets 10 out of 10. But everything I'm going to scale, and based on that, I'm going to give you grades. So somebody will get A grade. If somebody can get A, you know, so that really means others can also do that. You know, so you have to just apply, give more time. That's it. This is the function of that. Do you have any doubt about the course, about the lecture, about the problems? Tell me. Okay, so that means course is going well. You have no doubts. Then I hope you are going to, you know, score well. Then that's the thing. Okay, I was going to actually solve the problem number 5, but you asked those wrong questions, you know, so this is not going to help. Whatever you asked will not going to help in your the midterm exam. Okay, so I'm going problem number 5.1. I'm going to briefly discuss it. Okay, so this is a heat conduction problem, and domain is 0 to 5. 0 to 20. So x equal to 0 to x equal to 20 meters, and the bar has a unit cross-sectional area, has a unit. So A equal to 1 given. A constant thermal conductivity K is equal to 5 watt per centigrade per meter, and heat source is also given. S is equal to 100 watt per meter. The boundary conditions are Tx, the T0 equal to 0 degrees Celsius, and Q bar x equal to 20 is equal to 0 watt per meter square. Okay. Okay, and then solve the problem with two equal linear elements. So we have to take two equal linear elements, plot the entire solution. So we have to plot TH, x, and DTH over dx and compare with the result exact solution. Exact solution is given. Exact solution is Tx equal to minus 10 x square plus 400x. Yeah. Okay. So how to do that? If you get a problem like this one, then how to do that? Okay. So to begin with, if you had a only one element, it's very easy to do. Okay. So okay, it's given two elements, so let's do that. Okay, it's anyway it's easy because you have T0 equal to 0 degrees Celsius, so that is 2 by 2 only. We have to invert it. Okay, now as you know, the equation is exactly the same as the stress analysis problem. In a stress analysis problem, you have d over dx, EA, du over dx, right, plus B equal to 0. This is 1D elasticity, and then 1D heat transfer you have d over dx, and then you have k, then have a, then you have dt over dx, right? Plus you have s shorts like this one. So what you see here, there is a correspondence, right? So if you have E here, you have K here, A again, A, instead of E, you have T, B, and you have S like this one. So accordingly, you know that for two noded element like this one, for elasticity, you have K equal to EA over L, 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. So for heat transfer, your K will be equal to KA over L, and then 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. That's it. Yeah. So because the equations are similar, so similar, it will follow everything, it will follow the same way. This is for two noded. This is for two noded. Two noded uniform cross section. Yeah, A is given to be 1, right? So anyway, if you have two elements, and this is uniform throughout, right? Then you will have E, not E, but big K, global K. Global K equal to small k A over L, and then you will have 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 plus 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, right? So this kind of things we have done earlier also. So this is what the stiffness is, stiffness matrix. Now is see the problem. The next problem is it is saying the source is 100. Right? Source is 100. And you know that if you use two noded element, it's what you're going to do. This is 100 watts per meter. So half will go here, half will go here. And similarly, half will go here, half will go here. Right? So 100 watts per meter. So this is like this. This is 0, x equal to 0. This is x equal to 20. And S is 100 watts per meter. So you have node like this one, node 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And that means for first element, this is 10. So total will be, this is 100 watt per meter. So total will be 100 multiplied by 10 is 1000. So 50% here, 50% here. So what we get? We get here 500 here. 500 here. Because of this also 500 will come here. So you have plus 500 here, and then 500 here also. So you get 500. Yeah. So basically, what do you get? You are getting this from body force only. So you say F because of the body force. You are going getting like this: 500, 1000, and 500. Okay, now we have to see whether there is another kind of force as well. The force comes from because of the end also. So you see Q bar is 0, it says. Means Q bar is nothing but Q bar is dt over, so what is Q bar? Q bar is equal to N dot K dt over Ka dt over dx is equal to 0. Okay, so n is the basically a vector projecting outside and perpendicular to the area like this one. Yeah. Okay, so basically here this also it's also a vector, kind of vector there. Okay, so basically it telling you is equal to 0. That really means this is something like EA du over dx. This is like a force. So it's telling you there is no force basically. The force is equal to 0. So end force is 0. Yeah. So So concentrated load, or you say FC, concentrated load, we will have a reaction force R1. Okay, in the middle there is no concentrated load, and at the end also there is no one. So our total F will be equal to, we have 500, 1000, 500 plus R1 0 0. So we get 500 plus R1 1000 500. So this is what the your force vector is. Okay, so you get the equation now. K U equal to F. So that really means you are getting Ka over L, 1 minus 1 minus 1 2 minus 1 minus 1 1 0 0, and then we get T1 T2 T3 will be equal to, here you are getting 500 plus R1 1000, then 500, like this one. So this is the equation that you have to solve. Yeah, and but you know that this T1 is equal to 0 degrees Celsius, right? So hence it is 0. Hence you can find out the T2 T3 is equal to L over Ka. Yeah, and then we have to invert this one. Yeah, so we will get 1 2 1 1, right, divided by 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1 only. So that means the determinant is 1 only, so no need to do anything. And then we have to multiply it by 1000 and 500. So you multiply that and you will get the answer simply. Yeah, so this is how you solve for T2 and T3. And when you have to plot, how will you plot? You know that this is linear, right? So the actual solution will look like something like this, as we have seen, right? We have this is the actual solution. You can plot it. So this is actual solution, and your the one, you will get something like this one. So you get here to here and here to here, and the value here will be T1, which is equal to 0. Then whatever value T2 you get, you will get T3 here. So this is how you can compare also. Yeah. So all these things you can do like this. See how easy the question was, and you just have to understand. Right? Understanding means if you go through the lectures, do these problems, automatically you know how to do. Yeah, it's not that you get the problem, then you go and see the lecture and see how to solve it. And you will not find it on the net and anywhere, you know. So type of question I make myself. Okay, so pictures maybe from somewhere, like, but the questions will be my own, you know. So unless you study, you will not get the answer. Okay, so you have a lot of time right now, you know. So far only 10 marks for quiz 1 and homework 4 marks. Only 14 marks has gone, you know. The rest is up to you, how much you study. Yeah, so you start studying. That is the only request I can make, and there is no other things you can do. Yeah, I cannot make questions easier and all those things, because it's all relative and all, so it doesn't matter. You solve whatever you can solve. If you think in 2 hours 25 questions is sufficient, you solve 25 out of 35, and I would see that you will be all right. I know that. Okay, any question? Okay, if there is no question, okay, that is all. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.